Uh, um, I think we're pretty good right there. Oh, there you go. That's a lot better right there. Get started. What's going on, everybody? This is the Saturday Aftermath NFL Draft Board Early Prediction 1.0 show. Now, shout out to everybody that's been paying attention to the Saturday Aftermath College football show. Like I said, we're just bringing it back for the draft. We're doing an early predictions basically for the draft, the college version of this, and then by the time when the draft happens and everything, and then we can kind of grade teams on what they're doing, I'm gonna switch all that over to the Pocket Collapse podcast, which that's the NFL show. But right now, like I said, it's still in college, so it's still the Saturday Aftermath show, but definitely. So basically, like I said, this is basically early predictions going on. I know that free agency is still going on. I know it's like crazy out there. I know anything can happen with this, and this going on. So I am very aware. Shout out to Max Crosby of what's going on. So, but like I said, this is just early predictions right now. We're just gonna not really go too deep into this until, like I said, there's still pro day that's going to happen, and we still got numbers on that because the combine just happened. So, but other than that, I mean, listen, just like I said, this is still the early show. Just gotta keep that in mind. This is the early prediction show. All right, let's go now. Las Vegas Raiders. I think it's going to be definitely a. I think this is the no kind of. We're not going to go on this one. Fernando Mendoza. They need a quarterback. I mean, really, they need a little bit. They need more firepower than a quarterback, but you might as well just gonna get. The. Do I think he's the best quarterback in the draft? I mean, that and Todd Simpson. I understand why don't get Todd Simpson. But um, but like I said, I got Ty going in the second round anyway. So, but Fernando Mendoza, I mean, yeah. And also, Dante Moore is still at Oregon for some reason. So, but other than that, like I said, Fernando Mendoza. So, Jets is next. So with Jets, they're not really looking. They shouldn't be drafting a quarterback this year unless they get like in the sixth round. But I'm still checking my big board just to make sure that a certain quarterback is not in there. They should go get about sixth round. But other than that, I'm looking at them with edge rushing right now. So linebacker, edge rusher, right now for me the best one. Now one is for me it's going to be Reese. Out of Ohio State for me that's the best one. That's the best edge rusher right now. Now I know Ruben Bain is there also, and I know David Bailey is there also. For me, although I think for me, Ruben Bain showed more on tape that I can see, but that's not saying that David Bailey can. It's a given. It's either or. Either one can go. If one guy's gonna get one, other guys can get the other. So it's either or. It's not like one's. I mean, I would put Ruben over just a slight bit, maybe, but you know, David Bailey. I mean, he is that guy. But I got Reese going right there for that. That should be what they need to do. Arizona Cardinals. Now, they don't have a. Well, let me just say this: Kyle Murray's gone. I think we all know that. And so, but they don't need to be drafting quarterback first round. I don't think that was ever their intent to draft quarterback first round, but they do need offensive help, especially on the line. So the for me, the guy to get is the number one for me off the board, which is the tackle, Francis Magola, Magola. So that's coming out of Miami. Uh, playing all 16 games last year with let's see, where is he at? He got a 6'5", 330. Why not? But yeah, they do the they need offensive help on that one. So for me, that's where they go to. But like I said, anything can change right now. Now, number 4, Tennessee Titans. Now, for me, I really think they do need an offensive lineman. I believe they really do. But I would not be surprised if they go get Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love is the best running back clearly this season. And for them getting Jeremiah Love, and all they got Spears over there, but their run game is not really there to really help with the passing. And like I said, I mean it's hard to just look over like, okay, how bad do we need Jeremiah Love? But they do need offensive line. They do need offensive lineman help anyway. But I think Tennessee is just you got a new coach there. I think he's gonna make the move at Jeremiah Love, and then kind of draft later on that. Which for me, that move seems like that's where they're going at, kind of the temperature and stuff on there. But we'll see. Like I said, there's more developments coming on it anyway. They might change their mind. I might see something in the press about, oh, they need to get this and this. But so the New York Giants. Now, for me, they're going to need offensive help. They're going to need offensive help. Period. I think they're going to need offensive help. But how the Giants do and what the Giants going to do is that it's not going to happen. They're going to get somebody on the defense, right? We need to get an edge rusher over there too, right? I think this is good draft for edge rushers that also and D lineman also. This is gonna be the draft for that. But Sonny Styles should be the next one going up. Should be the next one going up. Or they go get Ruben. They might go get Ruben Bain on there. I'm gonna say they're gonna get Ruben Bain. I'm gonna say they're gonna get Ruben Bain. Depending on, like I said, these early predictions are, yeah, I think they're gonna get Ruben Bain. We're just gonna do that. They're gonna get Ruben Bain because they love drafting these edge rushers over there. Which, I mean, I don't think you need it, but that's the feeling that you get from the Giants, right? All right, next up, Cleveland Browns. Now we already know what they're gonna need. They're gonna need offensive help, right? And I think Spencer Fano out of Utah, that's probably the direction they're gonna go. I mean, that's the direction they're gonna go right there. So there's really no hawk on that because they need a builder with that line. So, all right. So Washington's next. For what I'm thinking about Washington is that, like I said, I think the edge rusher is going to do with that. I think Sonny Styles definitely goes to Washington. I think that the Ohio State connection, I believe that he goes next before David Bailey. Because, even then, I don't still think people are very high on David Bailey. I am. But we got to look at how GMs kind of work their magic, right? It's that they going out to the bigger name, basically, out of anything. So I think Sonny Styles will definitely go there. Now, with New Orleans, and if Jeremiah Love is gone, I believe you go get David Bailey, edge rusher. Your boy's gone from over there. The other edge rusher, no, he's on the D line. The other D lineman is gone over there, but you still need rushing. You need still people to get after the quarterback. I think David Bailey is that guy, and they're going to definitely see him on the board and go if Jeremiah Love is not there. Let's just put that out there because you do need a running back, but it's not really a running back system. So they're really praying that Jeremiah, if Tennessee doesn't pick up Jeremiah Love, he's going to New Orleans. So, number 9, Kansas City Chiefs. Now, we're expecting all the edges, all the top edges, basically going to be off the board. Now, they did trade away McDuffie over to Los Angeles. So it's like, do they need safety work over there, or do you give them a weapon? So I'm thinking either or. You either go get Caleb Downs or Cardinal Tate. So I think with Kansas City, you gotta get Patrick weapons. I think now you have the running game that's over there now with Kenneth Walker. I think now you go get Cardinal Tate. You go get Cardinal Tate, which Caleb Downs is still in the draft. He is still in the draft. I just want to put that out there. Caleb Downs still in the draft. So you go get Cardinal Tate. Kansas City go get. It's another weapon for Patrick. Okay, let's just build up this offense right quick. Although they still need offensive line help, but my sources at Kansas City said that they're good, but you're not good. So down to the Bengals now. Now, here's what the Bengals gonna do. Like I said, here's what they should do. I'm thinking they're gonna have to make a move because they're gonna have to get edge rusher. They're gonna have to get someone on the edge. And really the only guy that's basically on the edge, somebody that's going to, because they already lost Trey Henderson. So I mean, you have to replace him. You have to replace him. So right now, the only guy that I can see on the edge is Kendrick Falk. You just have to get him. I think that's going to be the next man up right there, unless another one of those top edges, say if like Washington, or if Washington gets Caleb, or Tennessee gets Caleb, maybe somebody gets Caleb early and it drops an edge rusher down, maybe Bengals will get him. That's what I'm seeing on that. Also, let's see, we got Miami next. Now, Miami should be good on quarterback. It should be good on the quarterback. Because I think they're waiting to next year. I don't think they're going to panic and they're just going to go through free agency and just get another quarterback. So they're not going to really panic this year. And still got Quentin Ewers over there. So they're just going to use him, and let's just see how this goes. So the thing is, regardless how free agency goes, Miami's not really going to need another weapon of choice. I mean, you can get another weapon, but then I'm looking at my notes right now. It's like there's nobody except you want to go get Lemon. So Makai Lemon, they could go get him. Let's just do that. Let's go get Makai Lemon over there, and that's your other playmaker over there. which you still need an offensive lineman, but just give yours some more weapons to throw to over there. Now Dallas is coming up. Dallas probably needs a safety because the edge rushers out of they got Rashad Gray, so that should be they're good on the edges. So, but my next one up to go get any safeties or maybe a corner. Anybody need a safety. So you go get from Oregon, you go get Dylan Dineman. For me, I'm a board that's kind of the next guy up, especially on after Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs not going to drop all the way to Cowboys. If he does, that's a miracle. That's what you go get. Like I said, but with 13, you got the Rams. Of course, they're taking the Falcons pick. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get this into other picks or do something with this one, but that wouldn't shock me at all. But right now, if you're the Rams, you have to go get offensive protection. And I believe the only one, especially on my big board, that's kind of next is Feeling Monroe Feeling from Georgia. Yeah, I think you go get him. You go get him over there. All right, so Baltimore, you need line help. You're going to need offensive line help. Just to, hopefully this is the year that Lamar stops running as much and start handing it off. So you will need somebody that's basically going to block. That's basically going to block. So then the only guy is especially on my board, is let's see, we can do Penn State. We can do Vega. Loney, I think it's Looney. Let me know. That's probably gonna be the next man up, right there. To say yes, probably gonna be next man up, right there, with Vega. So that's your offensive line help. Now, Bucks, you gotta replace Mike Evans. So you go out to the next best wide receiver that's on the board, and you go Jordan Tyson. So you go get Jordan Tyson from Arizona State. Now, hold on. Wait, let me correct that for a second, because they already have great receivers over there. They have great receivers over there. You can pick up a tight end because the defense should be strength enough. But do you get a tight end? Because that's what I'm thinking. That no, they got offensive weapons for days over there. I think you might go get a tight end. Now, looking at this, for my best tight end on board is from Oregon. Kenyon, where we at? No, well, I'm just gonna say Kenyon. So Kenyon from Oregon is the best tight end right now. Now, like I said, there's still early predictions, so I'm still going over the list and everything, just kind of figuring out what is the best tight end, what is not. But I guess you go get him maybe because he's 6'3", 241. Let me just think about that for a second. That is because I feel like they're already a solid team over there at the Bucks. You still need one piece over there. But let me just stick with tight end right now. Now, Jets. All right, so like I said, with the first pick of the Jets, it was, I got an edge rusher over there. Now, this pick right here, the number 16 pick, that's the one came from Sauce Gardner and Indianapolis Colts. So I'm thinking now is that you probably go get a safety. You probably go get some kind of corner or safety. But what the Jets gonna do though? I don't think the Jets learned their lesson. They'll probably end up drafting a quarterback. I don't think so though. So let me just see. I'm thinking that they either get because they don't need a receiver unless they're gonna trade Wilson. But I just think you need offensive lineman help. So maybe this is Caden Proctor's time to get in the draft from Alabama. Let's say they get smart and get an offensive tackle. Go get Caden Proctor, Alabama. Now Lions are next. I think Joel McCoy, Gerard McCoy from Tennessee. I've always had him going right around this time. One of the solid cornerbacks um, in the in college football right now. So I got him going over there. Now, Vikings. I think the only thing Vikings really missing is quarterback play, but they should have Kyler Murray trying to look and see he might get signed over there. So, but right now you go get I think you'll build the defense up just a little bit. And I think I saw this. I think Peter Woods from Clemson will probably go good over there because him and Caleb Banks from Florida, I think they're kind of interchangeable. I think Woods is probably gonna be the bigger name possibly to go there. So, and then I'll just say, well, my next one, Carolina. I think Carolina they had their pass rusher. Who they get? Phillips. So they have him. So you're probably gonna get, and they have Messi coming in for a receiver that's gonna help him out a lot. So even with the D line, I think you go get Caleb Banks in. Still get him there. Now here we go. So this was the Green Bay. So now we're on back on Cowboys. This was the Green Bay pick at 20, but this should be the Rashad Gray. Is it Gray? Yeah, Rashad Gray. Yeah, that's the whole trade right here. This should be his pick right here. Now I think with the Cowboys, with that they already have kind of their. I mean, they had to be looking for an edge. If nobody falls to them, is it just only all defense over there? The Cowboys gonna do. So I'm thinking. I gotta go in the back. It's not like because all the good edges are taken. So let's see. I don't think they're gonna go for that, and they're not gonna trade out of that spot. But right now, even with they're gonna need edge work, and for me, the next best one on edges is it's going to be Illinois' Gabe Jace. So we can definitely put him over there. Unless it's hold on here. No. Who's Oh, you know what? I completely looked on let's see. No, Akeem Messador from Miami. Yeah. Akeem Messador from Miami. That's the guy they're gonna go get. Yeah. Yeah, that's the guy they're gonna go get. And then here goes Steelers. Steelers next. Steelers have their kind of receiving core right now. They need an offensive tackle, but they've been drafting defenses first round for like I don't know how long. So I think they go get corner. I think they go get Terrell from Clemson. He's really my next one up on that one. And then to Chargers, that's where they're gonna need. That's where they're gonna need the edge rusher at. And then for my next edge rusher is gonna be T.J. Parker. T.J. Parker, Clemson. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be my next edge rusher to get on there. Now here come the Eagles. Whew. Now Eagles might need a quarterback, but anyway. So we're just gonna give them an offensive lineman, and then probably the next best one out is offensive lineman. We give it to McDonald. The Cal McDonald, the Caden McDonald out of Ohio State. You can probably just do that. Put him. Well, if he a D. Well, hold on, wait. This is going because they probably making moves on defense. They're probably making moves on defense. No, Katie McDonald's a D lineman, so we'll just say that. Let's just say that right now because no, wait, hold on. No, look at Blake Miller. That's offensive. So we can be safe for that. We can be offensive tackle because we don't know what the moves are gonna make on the defense over there. So I think there's gonna be plenty of moves to make, and it might change. I think that's one that really might change. So Browns are next. Basically, this is the trade from the Jags that they did for the to the Browns. So Browns next over here. Now it's like, okay, do the Browns go get another a receiver? Do they go get another receiver coming out? And I'm gonna give Denzel Boston because because Jordan Tyson should be gone by then. And so with that, like I said, I think the next one up is gonna be Denzel Boston. Denzel Boston over there. He's definitely gonna be good. Bears, besides a quarterback, they're gonna need probably an edge rusher. Because they're running game because they're running because I don't know if you pick up another running back in the first pick. So you go get what is that? Go get TJ Parker, edge out of Clemson. You can definitely do that. Let's see. So a Beal's coming up next. We have to probably look at receiver, but all that's gonna be gone. All the good ones basically gonna be gone. Except you can get not first round. Cause it's still the first round on there. Oh, KC from Texas A&M. Yeah, that's on. Yeah, go get KC over there. 5'11", 160. Yeah, we need somebody over there that's going to really go after the ball over there. Yeah, you go KC Conception. Yeah, go get him. He's gonna ball. He's definitely gonna ball out. But that's not we gotta talk about they got throwing the ball. But other than that, you don't want to talk about that. Let's see. So San Francisco, I think the one thing you get really offensive tackle. Go get Caleb Luma out of Utah. Yeah, go get him. 100%. Texans is next. Now Texans did lose a couple on the defensive, but I think still the defense is still solid. I think right now you still have to go out to the offensive lineman because you lost one. So the next one basically up for them because Proctor might be over there. Might can get him over there if he drops enough, but I don't think he's gonna drop that far down. That's the whole thing about Texas now. It's like you're dropping so far down. It's like who do you really want to go get? So right now, if I didn't say Blake, no, I think I said Blake Miller. You can go get Emmanuel. Yeah, go get Emmanuel Pregum. That's a good offense. That's a good offensive lineman that you're gonna need for you to protect CJ Stroud the way Texas be talking about CJ Stroud. Goodness gracious. Chiefs come up again. I think another corner. But you go get Hood from Tennessee, Cl- Clolton, the Clawton Hood. Yeah, go over there. Let's see, and then Broncos. We can get him a lineman out of Georgia, C.J. Allen over there, and I believe let's see, and Patriots are next. Basically, Patriots are you got a safety out of Toledo that could right there besides Gonzalez. The Emmanuel Warner, McNeil Warner. He's a beast also, straight out of Toledo. Yeah. And then last but not least, Seattle, which, like I said, I think cornerback they lost Tyree or something like that. So I say Seattle could get a cornerback, and it'll be Brandon Sissy. Yeah. Yeah, CC? Probably CC. Yeah. So you need to go and replenish that position and everything. But so that is basically the pre-prediction right there. Just like I said, this is only the pre-prediction, right? This is not the final thing or anything. So I don't know when the next one's gonna be at. The next one, whenever I get ready to drop the next one, it will go a little bit more in depth. So we're gonna be closer to the draft a little bit. We probably at the Pro Bowls, maybe around that time. I might drop the 2.0, just a little bit more than what we're doing here. But basically, like I said, this is basically just getting the ball rolling right now. Just to let you know the draft's coming up. Free agency is already happening right now. So, all these draft boards and stuff, you just got to kind of work and just kind of figure out what's the temperature in teams, what they want to draft, what they need at positions. But sometimes they don't really need. It's more of like name or anything. But all right. But until I catch y'all next time, this is great. Remember, Saturday Aftermath every Saturday night after Saturday football, after college football. We're definitely gonna be on and popping this season. We'll be a lot more stuff with Saturday Aftermath. But like I said, right now, like I said, we're just going over the draft right now. Nothing like too crazy, especially with this one. Just a little, just kind of putting stuff in, position and stuff. Like I said, all this can change by 2.0. All this can change. You can just see it from like their social medias and stuff and the articles and stuff I'm gonna read and everything. So, but other than that, I really appreciate y'all coming out, enjoying this. But until next time, stay safe. For real, stay safe.